So not only do I have the privilege of interviewing William, I get the full shebang. Edwin, haven't waited so long to interview you, but come on up. And before you take a seat, you've got to do it. Put your foot in the sofa and show them what you're wearing. Risk assess. He's worn his bright socks for me. He usually wears dark socks, but he's got bright socks today. Good man. So, a few quick fire questions for you to go off script. So, beach or forest?
Say again.
Beach or forest?
Forest.
Coffee and a short walk or a good old hike?
Good old hike.
Jeans or chinos?
Jeans.
Old Testament or New? And you can't wimp out.
Old.
Bourbon biscuit or custard cream?
Custard cream.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Hug or handshake?
Hug.
Oh. Washing or drying?
I surprised you.
Yeah, did actually. I didn't know you had a hugger, Joanne. Right. Washing or drying the dishes?
Drying.
Or neither, Joanne? Electric fire or real McCoy?
Real McCoy.
Maize or Ballanderry? Only joking, don't go there! Don't go there! But on a serious note, William or Lewis?
You answer that question.
Okay. I think they've both got their uses, but they're very different. That's where I would go. Height, Lewis. If you want steady as a rock and, the programme, William. That's what I would say. Anyway. That's enough of that. Let's get serious. So, Edwin, how did you come to faith?
I was privileged to be brought up in a Christian family. My mum and dad both set a good Christian example to me. And the defining moment for me was when I was only a child, 7 years of age. There was an evangelist back in the mists of time doing one of those tent missions in our area. Only a few people will have ever remembered or heard of Dick Saunders. And look for Brian down here. He'll know who I'm talking about. But back in the dark ages of 1974, when Dick Saunders did a mission in our hometown, I went to that mission and was convicted. And I come home. We come home from that mission. I remember the next morning asking my mum, "How do I invite Jesus into my heart?" And I can still picture the two of us kneeling in the living room with my mum praying a prayer and me following that prayer.
Brilliant. Is there someone in particular who's played a vital role in discipling you or encouraging you in your faith?
There are several. My mum and dad, obviously. I always say my mum and dad never hung their Christian cloak on the back of the door when they came home from church. It was a consistency in their lifestyle. And one of my earliest memories as a child is of having scriptural conversations with my mother. I also think of a minister, a particular minister in my home church, Reverend Dr. John Lockington, who was hugely influential when I was a teenager in our church. And then in latter life, was a guy called Bob Clayton. He was hugely influential. Okay. And Joanne.
How do you intentionally set about spending quality time with God and getting closer to Him?
I had to look at my day and how my day was structured to see because how the day can be so unpredictable. And I had to look at my day and see what can I not afford to let drop off the end of the day. So I structure my day, and then one of the first things I do is I have my quiet time first thing in the morning when I get up.
What time's that at?
I get up at 10 to 6. I take the Lord at His word that He neither slumbers nor sleeps.
Fair enough.
But I have my breakfast first, and then I have my quiet time. I systematically read through Scripture, and I have a prayer time.
Fair enough. I give him I don't know what you thought whenever you got this fourth question, because I think as Northern Irish people, we can be quite shy. We're not those sort of people, when you go for a job interview, they say, what talents do you have that we want to say what we've got? But what do you feel are your particular giftings that God has given you?
You're quite right in saying that would put me on the spot, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel uncomfortable. As I thought about this answer, I would say that as a person, I recognise that we come before God with nothing. We have nothing to bring to Him, nothing to offer to Him with regards to our salvation or anything else. And I also believe that as far as gifting is concerned, I have nothing to offer God. It is He who gives to me. And therefore, any gifts that I am perceived to have come from God. And I don't identify anything in and of myself as whatever God has given me. So it's whatever you perceive me to have. I don't claim to have of my own self. It's what God has given me.
I think one of your particular giftings is questioning people and getting alongside people, because I know you've done that for me. So you definitely have gifts and talents there, 100%.
Thank you.
Right, folks, now I debated how to finish this off, and what do you do to finish off interviews with, you two gentlemen? And I thought, there's many a time when you have stood up on this stage and the kids in this church have been sat on that floor, and you two have some sort of magic trick up your sleeve or something, and you tee it up with the kids, and then you say, how do you do this? And the kids guess, and you have all the power because you know what's going to happen next. So I thought I'd kind of reverse that on you two and just do a wee thing at the end of this section. So, Graham, if you could bring over the aforementioned table. And I wanted to do a wee, sort of practical thing, just actually to see how well our ministry team and church can work together. Lewis, are you about? Is Lewis in the room? No.
He's not hiding.
He's skiving as usual, but that's okay. We can do it with two. So, William, come on up. So basically, now my house group know how to do this, so they're not going to give you any hints and tips. But actually, the weather today is perfect for this. So, I got this wee game at Christmas time, or made it up. So we've got cups that have little snowflakes on them. Okay, so we'll just move this over here. Now, unlike the kids, you can join me here, William, and you can come here, right? So, here is a pile of cups, right? With this, Edwin, you take 2 pieces of the string, and William, you take another 2 bits. Now, don't break the elastic band, but I do have a spare one if you snap it. So take 2 bits of string each. Okay? So what you two have to do is you have to work together to lift each of these cups, and I want 6 along the bottom row, 5 on the next row, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it is doable, right? So what we'll do is, for the entertainment of the folks, I will time it, and then it doesn't matter. I'm not like you two. I don't do, it's however long it takes. Although Harry said no longer than 2 minutes. So I will time this, and then if the folks here want to try this one, they can do it, right? You can talk to each other, right? This is very slick, gents.
But as you can imagine, we're very confident.
You might need to start it further back, because I definitely want 6 in the bottom row. Oh. Oh. See, you got all confident then, you thought it was easy.
So if you factor this into your timings today?
It's all right. It gets faster, Harry, as they go on up, because there's less cups in each row. We're all good.
There we go. That's 6.
That's 6, second row. 55 seconds in.
So up on top.
Yeah, but no, you need to make a tree. So yeah, in the middle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In the middle, that's it. Yeah. Oh, oh. Okay, lunch might need to be cancelled. All right. Now, no fingers allowed. Now, William, those are getting very close to the elastic band, string only. Edwin.
Yeah, he is cheating.
He is creeping, but in the absolute.
You distract distracted us.
These are definitely not as good as house group, I tell you that much. Annette's sitting there proudly nodding. She did better.
So are you saying this is what you do in your house groups?
It's called community building and learning to communicate better.
There's me thinking you look at the Bible.
2 minutes 34. When we get to like 4 minutes, we'll call it quits. Aye, that's it. Yeah, that's it. We'll maybe get the kids to do this tomorrow and see how fast they do it.
The elastic's getting Lewis's underpants.
Okay. I did not think this was going to be this hard. Okay, let's just call it quits at 3 minutes 33, and that is our mission. Give a round of applause.